The avium dungeons were made of ice. Of course they were. The first few levels were easy enough to navigate and talk her way into. But the deeper Thea delved, the harder it became. It wasn't long before she opted to use her remaining stash of the soot root powder Ren had gifted her, creating the perfect cover of darkness for her to slip past the more dedicated guards. By the time she got to the last level, she was shivering, despite her cloak and hood. Here, even the bars to the cells themselves were made of thick blocks of ice. She passed several unconscious prisoners, strung up in chains within. Around her, the quiet festered like a disease.
For all the pristine glass halls and awe-inspiring views of avium above, this horrific place exists beneath the surface.
Then, she saw him. Through bars of ice, there was no missing Wilder Hawthorne's powerful body pulled taut between thick chains that came from the ceiling and floor. They'd stripped him of everything but his undershorts.
He's been beaten.
Nothing could have quelled the guilt that lanced through Thea as she surveyed his bloodied and bruised appearance.
They hurt him. Because of me.
She gripped the bars of the cell without thinking, and Hawthorne looked up.
The cold is worse than the scratches, Princess.
Her horror must have been written all over her face. But what could she say?
He explained it all to me. The reason for his betrayal. How not all is as it seems in the midrealms. He even told me who was responsible, and I didn't believe him. Didn't want to believe him. I clung to my own anger so desperately it blinded me.
The gaze she met was no verdant stare of evil, but one of soft silver. The war sword before her wasn't the betrayer of whom Queen Rhaena's vision spoke.
I need you to do something for me. I'm in no position to bargain, but... Go to the end of the cell row.
Thea's heart stuttered.
What?
The end of the row.
Her feet moved of their own accord further into the dungeon. She was numb as she put one boot in front of the other and found herself closer and closer to the cell at the end of the corridor. Inside the icy cell were several children. They were all huddled together, barely conscious. At their backs were membranous wings. Some of them had darkened fingertips, some had black veins around their eyes, but there were no wisps of shadow around them, no scent of burnt hair, no malice in their stares.
Just children.
They trembled beneath her gaze, huddling closer together, tugging what little clothing they had tighter around themselves. Thea backed away in horror, finding herself back at Hawthorne's cell.
You saw them.
Hawthorne was struggling now to lift his head.
But
he met her gaze then.
I tried to tell you.
Thea scoured her mind for some sense of logic.
In times of war, hard decisions need to be made, and there might be some good explanations. But this?
She tried to reason with herself, with him, that her actions had been justified.
You led me on a wild goose chase. You did everything in your power to avoid capture, to hand us over to every monster imaginable.
Hawthorne shook his head, his battered body heaving in the chains.
You should have kept your name day gift.
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything. It's time to open your eyes, Thea.
I'll
wager artists didn't want you down here. I wonder why.
There's someone down there.
Go.
Thea's boots were frozen to the spot.
Get out of here, lest you end up in the cell beside me.
Heart hammering, Thea withdrew. She had disobeyed a direct order from the king to be here. There would be no talking her way out if she were discovered. With the images of Hawthorne and the imprisoned, shadow-touched children seared into her mind, she ducked away, slipping past the guards.